Hello everybody, this is Lee from Normandy, Italy. Today we are in the kitchen once again because we are going to prepare a soup. It's actually really cold outside, it's chilly, it's like 6-7 degrees Celsius outside. This morning I had to go out in the cold. It was like a whole drama thing, and normally I would stay inside and I will drink my coffee and listen to Madonna or something, but no, today I had to go out. So yeah, I told myself, well, I'm going to prepare this soup, and this soup is really special and really nice, and it's like a hug. It's very warm, and it's like chickpea potato lentil soup on a sort. And I have the ingredients here. I have 2 onions. I have around 400 to 500 grams of potatoes. I have a can of chickpeas that I just drained and rinsed, and I have here around 100 grams of lentils. You need the black lentils or blonde lentils. Don't use the red one, that is going to dissolve in the soup, and we don't want that. We want some texture and body to the soup itself. It's almost like a stew, but not really. Anyway, and the special ingredients for the soup is this dough we are going to prepare, which is like 100 grams of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add 100 grams of very fine bulgur wheat. You need the fine one because sometimes you can have it. Let me show you the difference. There is the very this is not fine. This is very big bulgur wheat. You don't need that. You need the fine one. You can find that online or in the supermarket normally. But yeah, to 100 grams of flour, all-purpose flour, and we are going to add 100 grams of bulgur wheat. And I'm going to add some salt, around a teaspoon or something, not a lot, and some black pepper to taste. Set your scale aside. Use a fork just to mix everything together. We are going to add some water to it, around 100 milliliter or so of water. Don't add much. Just start with the half of the amount and just see it needs more, because sometimes it becomes soupy and we don't need that. We want just to add the perfect amount, just to make the dough comes together, but we don't need to knead it. We don't need to do anything. It just, we want it to come back together because it's going to be cooked with the soup itself. It's like, think about it like a pasta dough, but not exactly like that, because like less ingredients. And yeah, and the bulgur wheat will absorb a lot of water. So if it's like now it's very wet, you can see it's very wet, but that is fine. By the time we are going to finish preparing everything, it will come together and it will be like a nice dough, because the bulgur wheat will absorb all the moisture. If not, if it's still moist later or really wet later, you can just add some more flour to it. Set this aside and cover it with something. So yeah, the first thing we are going to do is just prepare the vegetables. We need to cut the onions, and we are just going to slice the onions. We need everything to have a texture and body to it. That is the secret of this soup. And every time I tell myself I'm going to prepare a recipe, I tell myself that I shouldn't cut onion on camera because I will cry and it will be a mess. But I never learn, I think. Yeah. And it's only when I am on camera. Normally, onions doesn't bother me that much. It's like a curse or something. Or maybe because I am nervous all the time on camera. I am not really used to film myself, but yeah, it's something fun that I want to start doing in my life. And here we are. And while I'm doing that, I am going to peel my potatoes too and set them aside. Just peel them. Use this one of these vegetable peeler. They are fantastic. I like the smaller one. They can fit you in your hand like this, and it's just easier to use than the bigger one. And this recipe is really fun because it's vegetarian. I'm going to use some butter, but you can always use olive oil, and it can be completely vegan too. So that is fun. I grew up eating this recipe all the time. It's actually from my home region when I grew up. It's just something delicious. I'm not really a nostalgic person. I don't care about the past or something like that, but it's something that I kept preparing for myself even when I moved and my life had changed. changed so much, especially in winter time. I mean, like, who doesn't even like a soup in winter time? It's like the best thing to have when it's like chilly and cold. And this is normally we prepare lots of other soups and they have cream on it, or they have, I don't know, other ingredients. And this one is almost lighter, although it have like very hearty ingredients, but in general it doesn't have cream, it doesn't have milk, it doesn't have even like we are not going to puree it, so it's a little bit a different twist. It doesn't have chicken, for example. We always eat chicken noodle soup or something. No, that is something else. So yeah, it's a little fun to prepare something different from time to time, and with like everyday ingredients, this soup will come together in like 30 minutes and we are going to eat. So yeah, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my potatoes into cubes. You don't need them to be a little like too big but not too small, so we cut the potato to 3 and then like cubes like this. It will be fine. Just set them aside. I think this is my favorite soup in general. I'm not sure. I like something like an asparagus soup, for example, or a pumpkin soup, especially in pumpkin soup. I love pumpkin so much. Yeah, I love pumpkin soup. But this one is a little bit like different because it's not pureed. It's a little bit hearty. It's like a complete meal. You can prepare this as a starter or as like the main dish. And as you see, it's very nutritious. It has everything in it. It has protein, it has carbs, it has everything. And I love that it's a very simple soup. Like the main flavor comes from the onions, I think, and all the other vegetables, but it doesn't have add-in flavors like doesn't have lots of spices. Normally I use lots of spices in my cooking, but well, not today. And I tried many times to change the flavor profile of this dish by like adding herbs to it, adding dried herbs or something. Like I told myself, for example, rosemary, for example, or sage could work greatly with the ingredients, but I didn't like the result. I like how simple this recipe is and how fast it comes together, and it doesn't need to be fancy. It's not trying to be. And yeah, the best thing about food, I feel sometimes, is simplicity. And how can you prepare something for yourself or for your family or for somebody you love without trying to impress? This recipe is not trying to impress, it's just trying to feed, and that is the best thing about it. We are going to start cooking the onions. So we need a little bit of butter. This is unsalted butter. We are going to slice the onions. You can add more onions to it because onions will give sweetness to the dish and also will give some, I don't know, some sharpness to it. But at the same time, it will dissolve, like onions will dissolve in heat. I think I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil because I don't want the butter to burn on me. It adds also some flavor. Some salt and pepper. And just we are going to saute that for like 2-3 minutes until it's translucent. Like you don't need to cook it for a very long time. We are not seeking caramelization. Just keep moving the onions. You don't want them to burn. You don't want them to caramelize. And after a few minutes, we are just going to add some water to it. We will start with 1 liter and we will add more if we need it. Maybe we need more depending on the amount we are preparing. So 1 liter of water. Yeah, and we are going to add our potatoes to the mix. And I'm going to drain the lentils. Give them a little bit of rinse. And we are going to add that immediately to the pot. At this point, I'm going to add salt to taste and also some pepper to taste. The next step will be working on the dough, but I'm going to clean everything here and I will come back. So I cleaned everything up and now we are going to work on the dough. So I have here some water and here just the dough itself. And the dough is really hard now. It came together and it's like a brick of dough, but it doesn't matter. You just add some water to your hands. Just move it around. Add some water to your both hands like this. Take just a little bit of dough. Make it like a ball and then press it until it's like a coin. And voila. You add it to the soup immediately. You can prepare that in advance, especially if you are making like a very big batch of soup. You can prepare that in advance. You can prepare it with your kids. Me and my sister, we used to help my mother all the time preparing this. and we used to love it. And it's just a beautiful memory, I believe. And it's a way to add like fun activities with your kids or with your family, I don't know, whoever you have in your life, even if it's just you, as me here. But yeah, I find these kind of works in the kitchen relaxing so much. They are repetitive. You don't need to think about anything. You are just make the same thing over and over and over again. And you can put some music or a show or a podcast or something and just do that for a while. Like in a few minutes, like 10 minutes or so, you'll be finished, because you want them on a smaller side like this because they are going to expand so much on the water later. It will absorb a lot of water while cooking. You don't need to add like flour or something to the soup, because from the potatoes and the flour and the bulgur wheat, it will add lots of starch to the soup itself, and by that it will be thickened up. This is why I said it's like almost like a stew. It's like something between a stew and a soup for me. That is nice. You don't need to add anything. Everything comes from the same ingredient that you are using. Yeah, so I think that is going to take a while. So yeah, tell me about your day. Is it cold in your area now or not? I don't know where you live. For me, like here in the Normandy in France, like it's starting to get really cold, especially in the morning and in the evening. The rest of the day is fine, and I like the cold. It's not something I complain about. When I was younger, I used to love summertime, although I didn't really used to enjoy it as well people do. No going to the beach or something like that. Just the sun and the warmth and stuff like that. But I don't know, later in life I started to like autumn time more. Like the September, October, even sometimes November time of the year is my favorite time of the year. And it's just cozy, it's calm, it's quieter. There is nothing like extreme, because the winter here it gets a little bit, not extreme, but it rains a lot. But in the fall time, it's poetic, I feel, a little bit melancholic in a good way, of course. And there are all the good things in nature, like pumpkins and apples and preparing soups. And you can go out and enjoy the cold a little bit. It's like cool, but not cold. I like that. And the best thing, there is no allergies like the spring. So yeah, I just finished the dough and I realized that I was saying it's 100 grams from each bulgur and all-purpose flour, but actually it's 100 grams in total, 50 grams by 50 grams. That was a mistake, but yeah. I added some water to it. I'm just going to cover it and let it cook for like 20 to 30 minutes. By that, I will add the chickpeas around like 5-10 minutes before that, and everything will be done. So let's check on the soup. Ooh, it's very steamy. It needs a little bit more time, like 10 minutes or so. So I'm just going to add my chickpeas to the mix, give it a stir, and it is starting to come together and to be like a little bit thicker, which is very nice. Smells really good. So yeah, we are going to leave that for around, like on my timer, like around 10 minutes or so, but I'm going to check it later. I just want the potato to be cooked and the dough to be cooked, because everything else will be cooked at that time. The chickpeas was already cooked, and the lentils doesn't even take that time, especially we soaked it before. So it's been around 30 minutes. Everything is tender and nice. I just added a little bit of water at the end because it became really thick. Like everything is perfect. It's bubbling. Yeah, so this is ready and it's very, very hot. Going to plate. You can use something like a bowl for this, like a soup bowl. But for me, I love those dishes. They are deep enough to be like a bowl, but they are not at the same time very shallow. I need to add all this amazing soup. It had this beautiful color. It's really appetizing, to be honest. I think adding something like chives could be nice too, but it's not necessary. Even to add like a touch of green, but it's not necessary. And this is the dish. This is the soup. Oh my god, it looks incredible. And we are going to taste. And you see, the corn that we did, they became really larger than before. So keep that in mind. You don't want anything to be like extremely large. And we are going to, you can just cut it. We're going to taste. It's very hot. Oh, this is really good. It's everything I wanted in this chilly day. It's warm, it's fuzzy, it's really, really delicious. I love this so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again in another video. Please tell me if you prepare this dish. It means a lot to me. And let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. And I hope to see you again in another video. Maybe we cook together, we do something else. But yeah, till then, bye everybody.